need to see this. It's
something that'll change the world and human life as we know it.
He knows. He's seen the light.
When Monty talks, it's painful.
Monty, you have been so instrumental in kind of pointing me in the right direction.
It was about looking at your character defects in spirituality.
It's the integration of clinical practices with the 12 steps.
It's an absolute pleasure. He certainly knows a lot of people. He's got a lot of energy, and sometimes when you don't have so much energy, he picks you up and carries you.
Having the Montyman there certainly helps.
This is one of the places that is about the business of the solution.
The views expressed on this special broadcast of the Take 12 radio show do not necessarily reflect those of KHLT Recovery Broadcasting or its affiliates. KHLT is not affiliated with any particular 12-step fellowship.
Now here's that guy who's getting less popular minute by minute. Your host, the Montyman.
Well, greetings one and all. I am your host, the Montyman, and we are on location once again. I love doing this. It never gets old. This time we are at the Lifeline Connections Alumni event, giving it back, i.e. I love recovery. Pizza, people, and purpose. And Lifeline Connections is an organization of people that are giving it away. They are people that are helping people to recover from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body here in Clark County in Vancouver, Washington. And my first guest at our booth is Barbara Guerriere. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
I did. And she is the program coordinator for the Department of Community Services here in Clark County in Vancouver, Washington. Barbara's been on the show before. Barbara, how are you?
I'm great.
You and I were talking earlier. Here a few months back, we were at the Recovery Northwest Project and the Hands Across the Bridge and the Oxford House Oxfest. And one of the things that I noticed about the recovery community in Clark County is that there doesn't seem to be any right fighters. There's nobody's got an agenda that tried to beat somebody over the head with. We have people of faith. We have people with not so much faith. But they're all on the same page. And some marvelous things have come about since the Recovery Northwest event. Can you share with us some of that stuff that's going on here in Clark County?
I can, Monty. The Recovery Northwest Project event was last September during Recovery Month. And when we had that event, some folks from the Seattle Recovery Cafe came down to talk to folks and encourage them to come to a meeting in November to start a coalition, a statewide coalition for recovery. And from there, the folks in Southwest Washington, a whole bunch of folks decided to start the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition. So they started that, and it's just in the works now. Getting, people are joining. We have a raffle going on tonight, or until May 9th. A 57 Bel Air Chevy.
I know.
And somebody donated. And so that's all going to be to support the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition. So when we went up north to Seattle to the meeting, they were so impressed that they started all the 51 people that were there across the state have started the Washington Recovery Alliance. So we'll be working with them, and we're all going to be working together.
But look, it looks like they're getting some stuff started here. I just want to say congratulations for all the work that you're doing and that you do. It's a challenging venture, true?
True.
Yeah, it isn't without its challenges. But wow, what a tremendous job you guys have been doing. I'm just so proud to be associated with y'all.
Well, Monty, I'm getting older, and I just want to raise up all these rock stars in recovery that we have in Southwest Washington and Washington State to start doing the work.
All right. Barbara Guerriere, Program Coordinator, Department of Community Services here at Clark County. We're going to have much more. We're going to be here for a few hours, so don't go away. All right, at the booth right now is Tina Cunnington. She is the Administrative Manager for
Clean Street Recovery Cafe.
Clean Street Recovery Cafe. And we met some of the fine folks from Clean Street at the Northwest Recovery Project here last year.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about them.
Okay, so Clean Street is a nonprofit organization. We have a little coffee shop, but it's not just a coffee shop. We have the Clean Street Community Club as well, where we do have 18 meetings a week. At the cafe itself, we have volunteer recovery coaches, and what we do there as a recovery coach is people coming in needing some assistance after they've left treatment or other places. We assist them with resources, and we make sure that they don't fall through the cracks where a lot of people do.
Right.
We make sure that we provide guidance and get them connected with resources. And since we are part of the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition, we work with a lot of the community leaders, including Lifeline Connections and all the therapeutic and specialty courts. People come up and do volunteer work, they do community service, they do service work to give back, and basically we're an all-inclusive.
You guys just aren't a coffee house where people come and sit around and talk about their day.
Right.
They can go to a meeting and do that.
They can. They can. But we do allow that as well. And people know that they can come to this place, they can hang out with like-minded individuals who are clean and sober. And we also go out and make sure we have fun with people. We go out to the beach. We go do a lot of activities together as a group to make sure that people know that we can have fun without being loaded.
Okay, so you pulled me aside because there were some very specific things you wanted to share with the listeners.
Yes, so Breaking Free Ministries donated a vehicle to us, a 1957 Chevy Bel Air.
Wow.
And so we are raffling it off, and the tickets are $25 a piece. At this raffle, we're going to have a drawing May 9th for this specific car.
So May 9th is the actual raffle.
It's the actual drawing. The raffle
drawing, right.
Yeah. The raffle tickets are being sold as we speak.
How can people, if they're not here at this event and they're listening to the show, how can they get a raffle ticket?
They can come up to Clean Street Recovery Cafe or contact anyone at Breaking Free Ministries or Lifehouse Fellowship.
All right. Now, Clean Street has a website, true?
The website is still in progress.
Okay.
We're still kind of relatively reopened.
Does Breaking Free have a website?
They do. I'm not sure exactly what their
But if they Google Breaking Free Vancouver, Washington, they're going to get it.
Yeah, and if you Google Clean Street, which is KLEEN Street, you'll find the community club too. We are located at 5317 Northeast St. John's Road.
Okay.
Basically at the corner of 53rd and St. John's in Vancouver.
Okay. So, tell us more.
Okay, so at this event on May 9th, we will also have additional prizes. We're going to have a large screen, flat screen TV, and we have some mountain bikes that are going to be raffled off as well. We've just gotten Illuminati tattoos to give away some tattoo gift certificates. So we got a lot of stuff going on. We may even be having, we're not certain on this part yet, we might be having a benefit concert there. I've been in touch with a few people in the area, some local bands and stuff, so we might be having a benefit concert on that day as well.
Right.
We have also entered the vehicle into 2 car shows. And so at those car shows, you can also purchase raffle tickets. There's going to be the one at the Portland Roadster Show at the Expo Center, March 20th through the 22nd.
Okay.
And we also will be from, I believe, the April 18th through the 20th. We will be at the PIR swap meet.
Okay. So if people would love to have a 1957 Chevy Bel Air, they need to rewind what we just listened to and listen very carefully.
Yes.
Right? This is exciting stuff.
Yes, it is.
How long have you personally been involved in this kind of thing?
I've been involved with Clean Street since September.
Yeah. So did you go to the Recovery Northwest
I was
ceremony?
not. I was not there for that.
Right.
I was working at the coffee shop while everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Was down
Yeah,
there.
you were the one working behind the scenes that we all need to appreciate more.
Holding the fort down while everybody else.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, Tina, thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to share?
No, that's it. Thank you very much, though.
I appreciate it. Tina Cunnington at Clean Street Recovery Cafe. Well, Chris Anaway and Fletcher Drew are at the booth right now here on take12radio.com on your internet dial. We are at the Lifelines Connection Alumni event, and there's a lot of people here. Chris, how many people do you think are here, man?
Well, I planned on 400, would be happy with 200, and I think we've exceeded 200.
Yeah, I think you definitely have exceeded 200. I think the capacity is for something, and we're pretty full here.
Yeah.
We're pretty full here. Well, before we talk to Fletcher, Chris, what is your affiliation with this whole crazy thing tonight?
Well, I went through Lifeline as a client, and I came back as an employee.
That happens in this world.
I'm very blessed with that, yeah. So, and as an alumni and an employee, I sit on the Lifeline Alumni Committee as an employee representative and as alumni. So that's where my heart is in this.
Right. And you've done a bang-up job. You guys, this takes a lot of work to put something like this on.
It is. It's
you just don't snap your fingers and poof, you're there, right?
No.
And Fletcher, you know that better than anybody.
Yeah.
Fletcher and I, Chris, met at the Recovery Northwest Convention.
Yeah.
And Fletcher, what is it that you do for the recovery community here in Clark County?
I work as a counselor at Columbia River Mental Health, and I also sit on the Recovery Northwest Project Committee as its chair, and I am also a part of the Washington Recovery Alliance.
So you guys are really very busy, because this just isn't a county project or a group of people from a 12-step support meeting, and nothing against that. That's all part of it. But you guys really have got your hands and feet in some very important stuff, True?
True. Yeah, the Washington Recovery Alliance is fairly new. It was formed last year. So we have people from all different walks of life that from the Clark County area, from Spokane, from Seattle, up on the coast, all over the place in Washington State that are a part of that.
Right.
So it's an amazing thing. There's a lot of people involved in a lot of things.
Right.
And they're like they were saying, anonymity does not mean secrecy. So.
That's right. That's right. I think the sooner that we get over that and learn what it really does mean. Right.
Our committee is really committed to speak up, speak out. We need to be heard. Let your voices be heard, because it's so important that we come out of those shadows in those church basements. And know that we do recover and we become those productive members of society.
A person's life is more valuable than you spilling your last name, right?
Yeah.
Yes, by far.
Now, that is not to say that we don't respect traditions of your mainstream 12-step fellowships. We do. But people need to understand that we can share our stories of recovery, victory, and success with the community without representing ourselves as members of a particular group. We can do that. And I just appreciate the fact that you guys understand that and get that. Here last year, the DVD documentary, The Anonymous People, came out, which was really addressing that whole issue, that we can't be so anonymous that we end up killing people.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, 12-step program definitely has its place. It saves a lot of lives. It
Absolutely.
will continue to save a lot of lives. And people need a safe place to be able to share what they need to share. That's the principle of the anonymity. But we need to be out there. We need to do the same thing for the recovery community that the AIDS community did for it, and get it out there, get it public, get it out there, because that's what's going to save lives.
Right. And just as it is true amongst those who are sexually active, whether you agree or disagree, the truth is a lot of the fear has subsided because we stopped keeping secrets. And we can do that with the stigma of addiction. Wouldn't you think, Chris?
Yeah, and I also think that a lot of the public doesn't understand. And by us speaking out and speaking up, they get a better understanding of addicts and alcoholics and then become part of the solution instead of just hiding us away or locking us up.
Right. Well, congratulations, you guys. You guys put in an enormous amount of work. It's so good to meet you, Chris, and to see you again, Fletcher.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you are the man with the camera.
Yeah, see you.
Yes, now I am, So I'd just like to put in that we will be doing Recovery Northwest Project again this year, September 5th. And I just nailed it down. We will be having it here at Clark College. And so it'll be a one-day event this year, and we hope to see everybody there.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. What a great place. Clark College is manning up, if you would, and saying, we want to help and be a part of this thing. Yes. And we got to work together, right, Chris?
Yes, indeed. And Lifeline Alumni has some more great stuff coming up. We're going to be in the Hazeldale Parade. We're going to do our second annual fundraising event at the Faith Center in June. So a lot of good stuff in recovery going on. LifelineConnections.org is the website. That's correct. For you guys. Fletcher, what's your guys' website?
It would be Columbia River Mental Health, or CRMHS.org, which is Columbia River Mental Health Services. It'd be RecoveryNorthwestProject.org. Yep. And WashingtonRecoveryAlliance.org.
Got it.
And I want to thank Chris for putting this on and inviting the entire recovery community here. I mean, this isn't just a Lifeline event now. This is a community event, and this is great. I love it. And
we hope to do this annually. That was our goal with this. There's a lot goes on in September, and then it's kind of quiet for a while. So Alumni really wanted to do a recovery event kind of halfway in the middle, so we could all come together and not just wait till September to see each other again.
And may I just say that as Hands Across the Bridge ceremonies go throughout the United States, the one crossing Portland to Vancouver is one of the largest in the country.
It's a huge event.
The Northwest Recovery event was a huge success last year.
Yeah, it was.
Oxfest was going on. I mean, there was just so much stuff going on. It really, when it comes to Vancouver, and I'm going to toot your guys' horns for you because I'm not from this area, so I can do that.
Yeah.
When it comes to Vancouver and the recovery community, you guys rock recovery.
Thank you.
You really do.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, you guys.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to be back after this short break. More from the Lifelines Connections alumni events, giving it away here at Take12Radio.com on your internet dial. Don't go away.
Foundations Recovery Network invites you to attend Innovations in Recovery, March 30th through April 2nd, 2015, at the prestigious Hotel del Coronado in San Diego, California. Innovations in Recovery is about the discovery and discussion of effective solutions for professionals and their patients. Professionals will learn best practices for treating co-occurring addiction and mental health disorders, process addictions, unconventional and unwilling populations, and how to facilitate a framework for the long-term recovery of their patients. To register for the Innovations in Recovery Conference, visit www.foundationsevents.com.
This is Tony Morosi from the recovery band Self-Esteem, and we're listening to the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show with the Montyman on KHLT Broadcasting.
All right, right out the booth right now is Ricky Rory. I'm so glad that I've met you. Clean Radio is a radio program, but it's not just recovery radio. It's much more than that, right, Ricky?
Absolutely.
Okay, you are the clinical director for Clean Treatment Centers.
Yes,
is that correct? All right. Tell us about that.
Well, Clean Treatment Centers, it started out of California, and they had the great notion of bringing treatment to Long Beach. So once they got to Long Beach, it started out as nothing. Now we have a 50-bed facility there. We also have several outpatient facilities. We're just opening up something in Hillsboro, Oregon. We're thinking about branching out into Longview. We have something going on in Lapine.
Wow, all the way over there.
Yes. And so one unique thing I like about Clean is that home environment. It doesn't feel institutionalized. We actually have groups and one-on-ones and sessions out on the beach. We meet people where they are. We're patient-centered all the way. We've even taken guys to see their baby born. I mean, just a few minutes before. You know? So we try to meet all clients where they are. And we also have a radio station. It's Clean Radio. Comes out of California.
Right.
And so Pat O'Brien, the former host of Entertainment Tonight.
Yes.
Well, he is our spokesperson now. I had the pleasure of meeting him. He's one great guy. Has a new book out, and he's our spokesperson. He goes all over the country, and he speaks about clean and what we're doing for the community. We utilize a lot of local businesses, which help boost the economy. We give donations. We do a lot of community services. This business is relatively new, but we're expanding relatively fast. Our CEO, owner, his name is Andrew Spanswick, and he is one great guy. I mean, his vision, I just can't say enough about it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. Well, I mean, and what a great concept, recovery radio and treatment.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you, because this is I'm referred to as the over-opinionated 12-stepologist. And I was told over 10 years ago that I probably should shut up in the meetings and go get a radio show. Well, you know how we are. So I did that. And one of the controversies that I run against all the time, and I kind of touched on it when I was up on the platform earlier this evening, is that anonymity doesn't mean secrecy. And we've been living in this fear of discussing anything through media because we've misunderstood what anonymity is about.
I highly agree.
Right?
There's a certain degree of anonymity and there's a certain degree of disclosure.
Right.
I mean, if it's in a general way,
right,
I'm all for it. As long as it's not harming anyone, I am all for that.
Yeah.
It's almost like disclosure when you're in a counseling session with a person. Sometimes a little disclosure about yourself, it kind of opens that person up and has that person to relate to you.
Right.
There's a certain amount of disclosure. It's good disclosure and it's bad disclosure, but that also is in that same kind of realm.
Well, what we do, what Clean Radio does, what Take 12 Radio does, and there are several others. Some people say, well, what about, don't you kind of disagree with so-and-so? And look, we're not in competition.
Absolutely.
We're on the same side. We're trying to promote getting well. Right?
And we all go about it with different approaches. My thing is, when something works, it works.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of litigious folk out there.
Oh, I know.
But if something absolutely works, it absolutely works. And that individual, and knowing that audience as well.
Yeah. Well, listen, Ricky, thank you so much. We're going to be talking
absolutely
a lot more, you and I.
Absolutely.
All right, Ricky Rory, Clinical Director at CleanTreatmentCenters.com is the website. Please visit it. Don't go away. More when we return.
I never missed a day of work.
I wasn't living under a bridge.
I wasn't using needles.
But I'm lying to my family. I'm lying to my friends.
I'm lying to myself.
I tried talking to my doctor.
I tried religion.
I tried therapy.
I couldn't stop.
Then I found a safe place, Narcotics Anonymous.
And I stopped using drugs and got clean.
I stopped. You can stop too.
For general information or meetings in your area, check your local newspaper or visit na.org. Well, welcome back, folks. It is good to have you with us here. We are at our booth, which is located this week at the Lifeline Connections Alumni event. Giving it away, giving it back, and it has been very exciting because when it comes to the recovery community in Vancouver, Washington, it is rather large, and it appears that, and I said this earlier with someone else, that there are no right fighters. There doesn't seem to be a competition. I mean, I'm sure there is some, but not to the degree that sometimes we're used to within the recovery community, particularly when it comes to the secular 12-step support meetings and the faith-based groups. People seem to be a little bit more on the same page here. At our booth right now is Bill and Vicki Smith. These are folks that you're the pastor at the Exchange Church.
Faith Center Exchange Recovery Service.
Faith
Correct.
Center Exchange. Both of you have been doing this how long now?
We've been involved in Clark County specifically for the last 11 years.
11 years?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time. Yeah, we're in our 11th year of broadcasting, so
wow.
Yeah, so good stuff. Bill, how long have you been a pastor?
Probably going on about 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah.
What got you interested in the recovery thing?
You know, we did we've always wanted to help people that are really looking for change and wanting help in life, and we really discovered that through the 12-step program and through people in recovery. And we actually did a funeral for a guy that was in AA, and the following that he had was tremendous. And we looked at each other and thought, you know, we're missing something in the churches today. They put all these people in the basement, and they're everybody's little secret, and they need to have wear a scarlet. They wear a scarlet letter, but it needs to be a badge of honor for getting recovery and doing that. And so we wanted to really bring the awareness of it's not only through the 12 steps, but through that relationship with their higher power, which we believe is God, is where people really make the change. So it's just sort of evolved from there, and we've just been walking through doors as they open, and now we've got a church service on Saturday nights of right around 350 people, and they're all people in recovery from drugs or alcohol or some kind of substance abuse.
Wow. So okay, Vicki, did you have any idea that you would be going down this road when you first met this guy?
Well, we actually been friends for over 20-some years, and so we're both really cut out of the same mold.
Yeah.
You know, we both have a real heart for just for people, and we can look at each other and just like, okay, we know we're taking this one home. Like, we just do that. We actually live on site at our women's house. We actually run 5 recovery houses. And,
5?
Yeah.
Wow.
And including the church, and then we have an exchange recovery center in Hazeldale. And so, yeah, it's really what we live, and we love it. The people are amazing.
So the Exchange Church is more than just a website, but you have a website, true? And what is that?
It's driveoutaddiction.com.
Driveoutaddiction.com. Okay, and so you have all these recovery homes, these clean and sober living facilities, and you've got a church where you're actually meeting. You have a lot of people attending. What else do you guys do?
We have a car lot in Hazeldale, and then we have the thrift store.
Right.
And that sort of helps pour back into what we do and raise resources.
So, to wrap this up really quick, so I want to have you guys on and do an actual featured show about the Exchange Church, and we're going to do that. But to wrap this few minutes up, what is it that you see as this cooperative effort between the faith community and maybe those who are not so much the faith community, but it's kind of like we're different seats on the same bus kind of thing? What do you attribute this working together so well in Clark County? I've never seen anything like this except for when I was back in Akron.
Well, I think primarily it has a lot to do with people seeing other people succeed.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really about meeting people where they are. They don't always have their faith coming into it, but it's like God gets a hold of them, and that's where they find their faith. So there's so many different pathways to recovery, and I mean, this community is amazing because we all embrace the same mission and the same goal of helping people change their lives.
Right. Well, congratulations. You guys are doing phenomenal work. You really are.
Well, thank you.
And I go to a lot of vendor events and cover a lot of conventions and so forth, and your booth rocks.
Well, thank you.
It really
It's
rocks.
the people's faces that rock.
Yeah.
It's the people.
It is.
And it's those guys that are going back into the community and now giving back, and that really just perpetuates an awareness and an excitement to see people's lives transformed. So it's cool.
Yeah. Yes.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, you guys. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, you betcha. All right, we're going to be taking a break here, but I just want to let you know, LifelineConnections.org is the website for Lifeline Connections. These are some phenomenal people. Listen, if you have not experienced the recovery community in Vancouver, Washington, and Clark County particularly, you are really missing out. If you are from this area, you have got to check it out. Find a meeting. Find some support meetings. Attend them. Go to some of the events. They are absolutely amazing. We are broadcasting from the Lifeline Connections Alumni presentation of Giving It Back, I Love Recovery. Pizza, people, and purpose. I've been talking and fellowshipping with the alumni from Lifeline's Connections. These folks will just blow your mind. We plan on doing some more interviews in the weeks to come, perhaps with some alumni from Lifeline's Connections. I know we're going to be having the Exchange Church, the pastor and his wife, in studio very, very soon. I just want to tell all of you that if you are not plugged in to a recovery support group of people, you really need to do that. You don't want to miss out on the spirit of the fellowship. You really don't. Whether it's 12-step, whether it's faith-based, whether it's otherwise, if it is something that is supportive, and is encouraging you to stay clean and sober and be restored to sanity, we are all for it. Chris Attaway and Shannon Edgell are the two that really facilitated this event. I want to give credit to them and a shout out to them and to thank them for allowing us to come over to Vancouver, Washington, and to cover this event. We're going to take a break. This is the Montyman broadcasting from Clark College Geyser Hall Student Center in Vancouver, Washington. We'll be back right after this.
I didn't think it was possible for me to be an alcoholic. I was 24 with a good career. I thought I was too smart and that alcoholism only happened to middle-aged men and celebrities. I thought something else was making me sick, shaky, and afraid to face people. Then I found AA and discovered it wasn't something else, it was alcohol. AA helped me find a new life. Alcoholics Anonymous. It works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or AA.org.
As men and women who have recovered from utterly hopeless states of addiction ourselves, we know all too well what it's like to battle addiction daily. We are Origins Recovery Centers. Here at Origins, we have taken that which we have learned along the way, excised anything unhelpful and unnecessary, infused it with the latest medical research and innovative therapeutic methods, and created what we know to be the absolute gold standard in substance abuse treatment. And Origins provides the most preeminent aftercare and relapse prevention program available in the United States. For a free confidential clinical assessment, call toll-free 888-843-8935. That's 888-843-8935. Origins, delivering real solutions for real families.
What makes the difference in recovery? How can one help a struggling person find his or her way to healing? Substance use and co-occurring mental health conditions provide a number of formidable obstacles that can keep individuals from living the healthy, happy lives that they deserve. What does it take to usher a person from a disease of addiction into long-term recovery? This is the Montyman from Take 12 Recovery Radio. And at Foundations Recovery Network, they believe in providing evidence-based, integrated treatment and patient-centered care. They treat the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. Because they treat both substance use and underlying mental health conditions, they are able to address the root causes of addiction and prepare individuals for a sustainable life in recovery. If you have questions about whether you or a loved one may need help, please call this number today, 877-714-1318. That's 877-714-1318. This may be the most important call you ever make.
Hey, this is Tommy Holmes, and you're listening to Take12Radio.com. Recovery talk and positive music with the Montyman.
All right, welcome back, my friends. Broadcasting to you from the Lifeline Connections Recovery Event Alumni Celebration. Johnny is at my booth. This is the last interview I'm going to do of this event. And I was looking around the room, Johnny. I was thinking to myself, okay, who do I want to come share a little of their experience, strength, and hope? And you had just won a raffle. And I'm sure the listeners can hear in the background, the raffle is continuing. And you were pretty doggone excited.
Yeah.
I will bet you that there was a time that you weren't as excited about life as you are today. True?
True.
Yeah. What was going on, man?
Oh, well, many things. Families breaking up, where, got involved in drugs very, very young age. And it's been a long road. Children, things like that, bikers,
Right. Yeah.
So trying all this is much better.
So what happened to kick you into the recovery side of life? Was there like one event, or was it a process?
It was a process, and it's like my turn now. So, I'm 52 years old. So in the last 3 years, trying this sobriety is great. I'm tired of being sick and tired. Yeah. So it's just really good. My life has changed so much, and it's a good change. I'm happy now.
Now, we're a faith-based radio station, so it is okay to be very specific about who God is in your life. You want to talk about that?
Well, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I study scriptures now. He is my higher power.
Yeah. So you lean on Him and not on your own understanding,
I lean on
right?
Him. I got Matthew 6, don't worry.
Right.
One day at a time.
Right on.
You got Ephesians 6:10, gives me faith.
There you go.
The armor of God I put on. I pray in the mornings before I do my walk. Every morning. I pray like I never have before. Asking Him to take away the addiction that I've been on. Many things, every morning, and it's working.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Now, you were sitting at a table that was very enthusiastic, so you have a whole new host of friends.
Yes.
True?
Yeah. I've been in the Oxford house. Oxford was really good to me. Oxford was good.
Yeah.
That's a good way to life when you start this sober program. They keep you accountable. It's a good way to start for 3 years is what I did.
Right.
So that's how I did it.
So you got a lot of new friends.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you would make a host of friends like you have now?
No.
Yeah, pretty
these
cool.
These friends I can trust. These friends got my back. These friends are friends.
So what is it about tonight's event that's been most fun for you?
Just us as a group as a whole.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the treatment center again because I relapsed a little bit. So
Yeah.
So I'm back in there. I know all the people there, making new friends with the family. We got 36 of us. And I got lucky and got a raffle, so I'm excited, I'm looking to see what it is when you came over.
Well, you got the joy of God in your eyes, my brother.
Yes, I do.
You do.
I believe in God.
And being here at the Lifeline Connections event is something that most of us would, if he told us 10, 15, 20 years ago, we'd be doing something like this, we'd be saying, yeah, I don't think so, not so much, right? Right. But now you got a new life, you're moving forward, you got a host of new friends. Congratulations.
Yes, God is in my life, and God is good.
Johnny, thank you so much.
I love you, bro.
All right, man. Thank you. God bless you.
To all the people out there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, that was Johnny, and what an enthusiastic guy. I mean, this guy is amazingly enthusiastic. Just proof once again what life can be like when the drugs and alcohol cease, we're restored to sanity, and we develop a relationship with this power greater than ourselves, God. Hey, listen, I'm wrapping it up for the Lifeline Connections Alumni event. Until our next broadcast, this is the Montyman, broadcasting to you from Clark College here in Vancouver, Washington, and we're wishing God's perfect serenity for you. Bye-bye now.
This has been a broadcast of KHLT Recovery Broadcasting.
Kitty, 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 kitty.